Hi friends, Tasha here and welcome back to The Kind Mind and to this yoga flow. This one is designed to help you stop self-criticism and self-judgment and to find inner strength, inner confidence, to find joy again in life and to find a little bit of, ease and softness and light. For this one, you're going to need 2 blocks. This is a negotiable one. I'm going to use them. If you feel comfortable not using anything, you don't have to. If you don't have any blocks, maybe you can grab 2 big books. Maybe you can grab 2 big, really stable lunch boxes. Anything you can find in your house that can help you lift up the ground a tiny little bit. We're going to be on our knees for a few minutes, so if you want to grab a blanket for that one, then have that one there too. And otherwise, just get a really comfy outfit on and I'll see you on the mat. Alright my friends, we're going to start this one in extended child's pose. Before you get there, make sure that your blocks are nearby so you can grab them when you need them. And then get comfy, bring your knees as wide as your yoga mat, toes, big toes are touching, and then let your butt sink back onto your heels. Walk your hands forward and then let your forehead come down towards the ground. If this is uncomfortable for any reason, then maybe you can grab a block here to lift up the earth to you. Put your forehead on the block right here. Breathe here. And there is an option for Ujjayi, for ocean breath. If you've never done that one before, what you can basically imagine is that you're trying to fog up a mirror. Or maybe you're in a bus, or maybe in the car and you're listening to like 2010 drama breakup songs and you're fogging up the car window to draw some, very dramatic stuff in there. So that's what's going to happen in your throat. And we try to recreate this sound, this restriction in the throat with every inhale and exhale. So it's going to sound a little bit like this. You can imagine your breaths to be ocean waves. Maybe you are here in your own little cave by the ocean, listening to the waves crashing in. And since this is a practice to release self-criticism, self-judgment, maybe you want to release something, maybe a thought, right here in the beginning. You can just complete the mantra, I release, blank space. Take a few more deep breaths here in extended child's pose and try to really relax into this pose here. Try to let everything go. Land here in this moment on the mat in this video. And when you're ready, with your next inhale, we're going to come over the left side onto all fours into a cow pose. So heart is pulling forward, your tailbone is pulling up, your back is hollow. And with your next exhale over the right side, imagine you're a cat, come back down and back into cat pose. Inhale through the left, come forward. Exhale through the right. Come back. Inhale, left, come forward into cow. And exhale, come back. Very good. One more this direction. Inhale, forward. Exhale, come back. Very nice. Switch sides. Inhale, come through the right, forward into cat cow, into cat pose. And exhale, over the left, come back. Inhale, right, forward. And exhale, left back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. I'm gonna do one more. Inhale, come forward. And exhale, come back. Very nice. Nice. Wow. With your next inhale, come forward onto all fours and then walk your knees gently back underneath your hip points. Maybe walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. Give yourself some space here and be mindful that the lower half of your legs is not turned in or turned out, but parallel to each other. And maybe also your feet are not turning in or turned out in a weird way. They're pretty, not narrow, straight. Straight is a word that I was looking for. They're pretty straight. All right. With your next inhale, lift your left hand up from the ground. Bring it up towards the sky. Big twist, big stretch. And then exhale, bring your left hand underneath, thread the needle, let your left shoulder drop down onto the floor. Very nice. You can keep your right hand where it is. You can walk it forward a little bit if that feels good. And then I want you to really press into your left arm. Really feel this. Well, I was about to say feel this stretch, but I mean, I guess it is a stretch, and maybe you're going to feel it in a different part of your body than I do. So be curious about where you feel this pose, and then be mindful about your hips. Don't try to, or rather try to distribute your weight evenly between both knees. And then gently, if your right hand is out, bring it back in and get up, push yourself up slowly out of this pose. Very nice. Other side. Plant your left hand on the ground with your next inhale. Right hand comes up towards the sky. Really stretch yourself here. And then exhale. Bring the right hand underneath and through. Thread the needle. Bring your right shoulder down to the ground. And if you want to, then walk your left hand out forward. Press into your right arm. So really press into the shoulder, press into the hand. Everything that touches the ground is your foundation. So press into your foundation here. Breathe. Don't forget to breathe. Very nice. And then gently, if your left hand is out, slide it back in and gently again, full of kindness, press yourself up and out of this pose. Whew. Very nice. Walk your hands forward just a little bit and then tuck your toes under. And imagine there is a string attached to your tailbone right here. So before we go up into down dog, what I want you to do is I want you to flip your hips so you get a hollow back. Imagine that you're in cow pose. Okay? And this is the position that I want your hips to stay in when you press up and back into a down dog. And only go as far until, or only go so far that you can still have this tilt in your hips. And if that means that you have to bend your knees a lot, like I do, then please do so. And if you don't really understand what I mean right now, then take a sneak peek at the video right now. See how my back gets really round when I straighten out my legs. This is because my hamstring flexibility is not that great, or that's not true, but my hamstrings are not flexible enough to have my legs straight in this position. So notice how when I bend my knees, I'm able to push my tailbone up and back and how much that straightens my back. So this is the position that I want you to be in here, and probably you're going to feel a lengthening effect in your spine. Probably you're going to feel a stretch in your hamstrings. Probably you're going to feel some shaking in your shoulders, maybe also in your lats. That's fine, this is a whole body move. And I want you to slowly start walking your dog. So alternate between your legs by straightening and bending them. And imagine you're just walking on your mat. Very nice. Very good. Keep this motion going and slowly start actually walking forward on your mat. All the way forward until you land at the very top of your mat. Feet are hip distance apart. Again, bend your knees so your lower back can be hollow, so your tailbone can really stick up to the sky in this forward fold. We're going to stay here for a moment. If you want to, grab opposite elbow with opposite hand. If you want to swing left to right here a little bit, you can do that. And again, I'm offering the mantra, I release blank space. And you can, add something to this mantra, or you can just leave it like that. I release. That's a totally valid thing that you want to do. All right. Slowly bring your hands down to the ground, and with the next inhale, let the hands slide over your feet, over your legs, all the way up to your thighs. Come into a half forward fold. We're going to breathe here for a second. Imagine there's a string attached to your tailbone and to the crown of your head. Both strings are pulling, so your spine is being pulled long. And then I want you to bring your elbows in and up and back. So there's space between your ears and your shoulders here. Breathe through the nose. In, out through the mouth. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth is what I meant to say. Very good. And once more, inhale through the nose. And exhale, slide back down. Very nice. Plant your hands on the ground and then step your right foot back. Lower your right knee down to the ground into a low lunge. And this is where blocks might come in handy. I want to remind you, like all the time, that blocks are not just for beginners, and using blocks does not mean that you don't know what you're doing or you're not good at what you're doing. It is a way to find more space and more kindness in your practice. So for me, for example, if I have my hands down here, it's actually a little bit hard for me to breathe because my arms are pretty short, so my whole upper body is on my thigh, and this is, well, not uncomfortable, but it's way nicer if I lift myself up. I have some space between my upper body and my thigh. I can actually breathe. So I practice like this. You do you. All right. So chances are you've just dumped all your weight into your front leg. I want you to pull back the left hip and pull the right hip forward. So like a scissor effect here to level the hips again. Very nice. Breathe here. And then press into everything that is touching the ground. So press into your front foot, press into your back foot, press into your hands. Find stability in your foundation, and then travel up in your body and find space and light. Not light. Well, find space and ease. That's what I meant to say. Find ease as well in this pose. Breathe here, inhale. And with your next exhale, very nice. push yourself back into a half split. So roll back, your left leg is out, have your left knee bent. Be kind to yourself here. And with your next inhale, look forward, straight long spine. And exhale, relax into this pose. Very nice. Inhale. And exhale, slowly roll forward. Amazing. And then bring your left knee back to your right knee. We're going to lift our feet up off the floor into a half plank here. And from here, we mindfully, slowly come off our blocks. Just for a second here. Inhale. And then exhale, bend your elbows, have them really close to your body and slowly lower your whole body down onto the ground. Release your feet down. With your next inhale, roll up, baby cobra. And exhale, back down. Very nice. Tuck your toes under and then press yourself up. Maybe through all fours and back up into down dog. Very nice. Inhale here and exhale, start walking your mat forward, all the way forward until you're back in the front in your forward fold. Very nice. With your next inhale, let your hands slide all the way up until they're on your thighs in a half forward fold. Remember to bring your elbows up and back. Create some space between your shoulders and your ears. Inhale here and exhale back down. Very nice. Plant your hands and now step your left foot back. Lower your left knee down to the ground in this low lunge. And again, if you like, if you fancy some blocks, then grab them now like I do. And again, be mindful of how you maybe dump your weight into this left groin of yours. So pull your right hip back, pull your left hip forward. Think about your hips moving like scissors. Very nice. And then again, press into everything that is touching the ground. Press into your foundation. Find stability and strength down there. And then as you move up in your body, find ease, find softness. Breathe here, inhale. And exhale, perfect. Come back into a half split. Straighten your right leg, but keep your knee bent. So kind of straighten, doesn't matter. Inhale, long spine, look forward and exhale. Relax into this pose. Your right toes are flexed up. Inhale and exhale. Very nice. Roll back forward. And then bring your right knee back to your left knee. Bring your toes up to the sky into this half plank. And again, if you're on your blocks, carefully come down, put them aside. We are done with them for today at least. And then with your next exhale, bend your elbows and lower yourself down on the ground. Bring your feet on the ground. With your next inhale, come up, baby cobra. And exhale, come back down. Very nice. Tuck your toes back under and then again, press yourself up and back into down dog. You're doing absolutely amazing. Situate yourself on the mat in case you have traveled a little bit. And then anchor your right heel, your right foot into the ground. With your next inhale, bring your left leg up. Exhale, bend your left knee, bring your thigh to your belly. And from here, travel forward, bring your left foot in between your hands. Amazing, very good. Now, pivot your right foot, prepare for warrior one. So your right toes are kind of like facing the front right corner of your mat, I would say. Not really, but like, to the front right. Very nice. And before we come up here, again, find stability, find your grounding, find your footing. And once you feel stable here, with your next inhale, bring your hands forward and up. and come up into this warrior one. Breathe here, inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. You're doing amazing, very nice. Be mindful. How can you find some kindness, some self-compassion in this pose? Maybe is it a little bit too much to have the arms up? Then bring them down on your hips. No biggie, okay? We can modify anything. Breathe here. Very nice. And then with your next exhale, slowly open up into a warrior two. If you want to, then you can walk your right foot, your back foot a little bit further to the back. Maybe you need to do something with your shirt to feel comfortable. I don't know why I just did that. Well, okay. Press into your feet. Your hands are out left and right. Inhale here. And exhale. Good. Drop your right hand down on your thigh. Flip your left hand, your front hand. And then with your next inhale, bring your left hand up and back into this peaceful warrior. Breathe in here. And exhale. Very nice. Come all the way back down into a low lunge. Pivot on your right foot. And then easy peasy, step your left foot back into down dog. Situate yourself again on the mat. You're doing absolutely amazing. And when you're ready, anchor your left foot, your left heel down into the ground. Press into both hands evenly. With your next inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, bend the right knee. Bring your right thigh to your belly. And from here, travel forward. Bring your right foot in between your hands. Very good. Pivot on your left foot. Prepare for warrior one. And again, find your footing first. Find stability and grounding first. And only when you found that, with your next inhale, bring your hands forward and up into warrior one. And again, breathe here. Maybe this has started a little bit of fire. Maybe it's actually getting easier to release the self-criticism, the self-judgment, this mean little voice inside your head. Maybe it helps to feel this strength in these poses, because if it does, then this is working, because this is what it's designed to do. Very nice. Inhale, and with your next exhale, open up into warrior two. If you want to move your left foot, your back foot a little further back. Your hands are out, front and back. Breathe in and out. Amazing. Drop your left hand down on your left thigh. Flip your right hand. Your palm is up to the sky. And with your next inhale, bring your palm up and back into peaceful warrior. Breathe in. And with your next exhale, come all the way forward and down. Pivot on your left foot. Amazing. And then step your right foot back into the last down dog. And immediately start walking into the middle of your mat. And once you arrived here, I actually want you to turn 90 degrees. Very nice. So probably you're facing me right now. And then bring your feet wide. Not super duper wide, but definitely wider than hip distance. And then let your feet point outward here. And we're going to do a ragdoll from here. So let your head, let your upper body just chill. Let it hang down. And then slowly, slowly start rolling up vertebra by vertebra. Take your time until you're all the way up. Very nice, amazing. Fix your shirt if you need to, very good. And then bring your hands onto your hips. And then we're going to slowly bend our knees until we're in a plie in goddess pose. Very nice. We're going to breathe here. And if you want to, if you feel, I don't know, adventurous maybe, then with your next inhale, bring your hands up over your head. Your palms are facing towards each other. We're just gonna be here for a second. I'm getting excited, sorry. Inhale here and exhale. Inhale once more. Exhale. You've got this. Inhale, straighten your legs, very nice. Bring your toes out, so bring your feet parallel to each other, and then hinge forward from your hips into a wide-legged forward fold. Very nice. Let everything hang loose, let it hang down. Maybe you want to swing a little bit from side to side here. You did so nice. And last offer of the mantra, I release. I release self-criticism. I release self-judgment. I release self-doubt. I release fear. Whatever comes to your mind, release it. Hopefully you've still been swinging around here from left to right, finding some ease and some joy, allowing yourself to explore a little bit, to find what feels good, to treat yourself with kindness. Very nice. And then slowly, slowly come back into stillness, and then heel toe, your feet back in a little bit until they're just a tiny bit further than hip distance apart. Your feet are pointing outward again, and then bend your knees slowly and come down into a yogi squat just for a second. Very nice. Bring your elbows inside of your knees, bring your hands in Anjali Mudra in front of your heart, and then press your hands together, press elbows and knees together. Find length in your spine. Maybe close your eyes for a second here. Inhale. And exhale slowly, gently, kindly. Release and lower yourself all the way down onto your back. Very nice. You did absolutely wonderful, my friend. That was a practice that was designed to find courage, to find inner strength. And what better way is there to find inner strength than by, proving to yourself that you can do some really strong poses. To me, this is really helpful. Bring your feet mat distance apart, that's what I'm trying to say. And then let your knees fall in. Relax here. Maybe you can find some length in the back of your neck by bringing your chin a tiny bit closer to your chest. And then if you want to, you can bring your hands on your belly. You can also keep them left and right next to your body, maybe with the palms facing up. And we're going to stay here for a few more moments before we end this practice and just focus on our breathing, send our breath really deep down into our belly. And maybe if you want to, you can imagine to breathe in courage, or breathe in feeling brave, or maybe breathe in self-love, and then maybe breathe out criticism or judgment or fear. Be creative, make this your own, and instead of beating yourself up for having this mean inner voice, try to find some kindness towards yourself. Try to find some love towards yourself, because you will not be able to punish yourself into loving yourself. You need to love yourself first, treat yourself with love and with kindness, so that you can stop punish yourself. Okay, that's the way it goes. So hopefully you're still breathing here. Relax your forehead. Relax the crown of your head. And if you want to, you can stay here a little bit longer. Otherwise, gently bring your feet together and then bring one by one your knees into your chest. Grab behind your thighs, and then we're going to start rolling up a few times to end this session, to end this self-criticism with some joy, with some ease, with some light movement, some fun to enjoy ourselves. Very nice. And then once you had enough, come up, come into a seat. Bring your hands together in Anjali Mudra in front of your chest. Bow your head down. Thank you for trusting me. Thank you for always showing up. I love you. I'm so grateful for you to be here, and I am so grateful for you to share these moments with me. Take one last breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.